Hello, my lovelies. It is a very hot day here in northern Kentucky. We have been hit with a heat wave the past quite a few days. It is miserable outside right now. It is so hot. So I thought I would do something that takes me to a time of the year for us here in the northern hemisphere that is cooler. The days are a little bit shorter, but the weather is so nice and it's so cool. So I am doing a little Summerween, little Summerween tag, if you will, about the decks you use for Summerween to just get you in the mindset, or just to take you to that time of year when things are a little spoopy and a little misty and foggy, and just a great time of year. So the decks I have 4 decks I have chosen for this. The first is going to be right on the nose here. It is the Halloween Oracle by Stacy DeMarco. And these are the backs, and they're so cute. They have little pumpkins and little witch hats and little ghosties and broomsticks and black cats and little cauldrons. They're very cute. But this one is very on the nose, of course. Halloween Oracle. We got Graveyard, Joy, Forgiveness, Reducing Burden. So there are, the normal main key, and then a few words to describe Skull of Darkness, Blind Spots. I love the artwork in this too. This deck was produced by Blue Angel. It is so pretty. I haven't used this Oracle deck in quite a minute now that I think about it. And I do like how zombie is control. Most people would take it the way of loss of control, but you can also take it the route of the necromancer, controlling the zombies and controlling the dead. Lady de los Muertos. The Witch, of course. The Owl. Barnbrack, Sweetness and Synergy. Black Cat. Oh, little cardinal. I do love cardinals. If you are, this one's really, if you are from the South, or anywhere near the Appalachian Mountains, mountain range, you have a family member at some point in time probably saw a cardinal and probably told you that they are visitors from heaven. That someone who has passed is coming to visit, and they come in the form of a cardinal. The Veil, the Underworld. Do of course, it has the pomegranate and the skull, kind of inferring Hades and Persephone. This card always reminded me of, so here in Kentucky we have Waverly Hills. It was a place for tuberculosis patients to convalesce and eventually die. And for some reason, this card always made me think of Waverly Hills. It is also one of our most haunted spots, apparently. Death. Ancestors. Mummy. I love this spider one. I do love me some spiders. Jack-o'-lantern. Trick or treat. Werewolf. Dawn. Skull of Stars. Apple. Reminds me of Snow White. Invisibility. The Lamp. And Eternal Love. And so the guidebook itself, you get like a 1-pager. You get a black and white picture over here. You get the main word that's on the card, the smaller word, and then you get a little blurb. Usually, you know, like two to three paragraphs. Like Ghost has, like smoke rising from the ashes, a mist from the sea, the dead they are watching, they have come to haunt me. The traditional definition of a ghost is the apparition of the spirit or soul of a formerly living being. Ghosts can be both in human form or animal, and even occasionally inanimate objects such as ghostly ships have been reported. The belief in spirits and ghosts is extremely widespread across time and cultures, and different words such as spiritus, wraith, phantom, and shade have been used to refer to them. So it goes into little, you know, little blurbs like that. Very cute. Love this deck. So that is the first deck. That is the Halloween Oracle by Stacey DeMarco, published by Blue Angel. Next, we are going with one of my favorite decks, the Zombie Tarot. I love this deck. So this is, I don't care for the backs, but that's fine. They're fine. This deck is one of my favorites. I used to, back when Bestie still had her Discord server for everyone who was witchy, pagan, spiritual, I held a class or two on tarot, and this is the deck that I would use. So, I don't know. So I won't do a full flip through because there is, you know, quite a bit. But this deck is so cute. Excuse me. Got the hiccups. It is very, very cute. This is the deck that I, in the class, I taught an activity. And I can't remember where I got it from, or because it's been years and years and years and years. But I have an activity that I do or tell people to do called press play. And basically, if you're looking at a card, imagine it's like a paused movie, right? And if you press play, what are the people or the characters in this card going to do next? And that could kind of help people intuitively kind of read the card and kind of see what they think is going to happen next in the card. Oh, she's toed up. But this deck is so cute. I love it so much. And as you can see, you know, the suits are a little changed. There's hazards for, I believe, what are hazards? I have to look. But we do have the wands. We do have cups. Look at that baby. Let's see. What are... So we do have sword. Okay, so hazards are hazards are swords. Yeah. No. Wait. I'm sorry. This is gonna bug me. So we have wands, swords, wands, swords, cups, pentacles or coins. Jeez, oh. My brain completely froze on that. My goodness. Okay. So this is the Zombie Tarot. The cardstock itself is a little thick. So if you do have maybe issues with shuffling a thicker deck, this one is kind of a thicker cardstock. But the guidebook is very cute. It's, you know, shaped like this. You get a color picture, the title of the card, 3 keywords, and then a little blurb. And it's so cute because in the back you get like ads like, use zombie be gone, get rid of dead spots, have you begun the change? And there's like, get your very own trained zombie. So it's very cute. And here in the front, you do get, let's just see here. They do have, my goodness, they do have a few spreads that you could potentially use. The gravestone, the eyeball, that one was the broken heart, the severed head. It's very cute. Love it. Okay. That was the Zombie Tarot. Who authored this? Zombie Tarot. I don't know who did this. I'll have to look and see. That's weird. Hold on. Zombie Tarot. Oh, instructions by Stacy Graham. Cards illustrated by Paul Keppel and Ralph Gironi of Headcase Design. Next deck is going to be no surprise, but it is the Horror Tarot that I mention quite often. Have been here, you know, the last little bit. Again, I hate the backs, but it is what it is. This deck is based off of horror movies and comics and other things like that. I love this deck so much. It's very easy to shuffle. It's very easy to, and I mean, get like, one of the simple pleasures in life is having like a good riffle shuffle. And this deck really does that. Look at that. So the Horror Tarot is by Todd Alcott. He also did another deck called the Pulp Tarot, which I have considered getting, but I haven't yet. Look at that. Suit. Queen of Wands. The Hermit. The major arcana are all like movie posters. And this deck would be very easy to kind of intuitively read because it kind of has everything you need pretty much on the deck, or on the card itself. Like the Empress, she has everything a woman needs in abundance. And she's at one with the forces of the mystical realm of the universe. But see, she's like caught in like a web. She also has what looks like a little pomegranate over there. She has a little crown atop her head. So you can get quite a bit from that. I love the suit, or the Suit of Swords. It's so, like, it's like a comic book. It's so cute. So that is the Horror Tarot by Todd Alcott. Guidebook is, you know, your basic, just little white book for that one. Okay, last deck is a deck I haven't used that often, but I am very intrigued by it. I've read with it only once for like someone else, but I am very intrigued by this, and I think I'm going to use it here soon. But it is the Shadowland Tarot by Monica Podursky. So these are the backs. I love the backs. It's gold foil edged. So pretty. No borders, which I love. It is this very cutesy, Halloween-y type of situation going on. Like, it's so cute. Four of Cups. They're very cute. Cards themselves are also pretty thick. So I do have kind of a hard time riffle shuffling them, but that's okay. Page of Wands. Eight of Swords. It's just very, very cute. And I'm a slut for a good foil edge. But the guidebook is a pretty large book itself for each card. So for each card, you get a color picture. You get the title, of course. You get the card, keyword, shadows, and then the message itself. But then they also include reflections, like for death. What old habits or patterns would I like to break? What is holding me back from total transformation? How do I feel about death and dying? What is becoming or being birthed right now in my life? How do I feel about making major life changes? This would be a good like journaling type of thing. And each card has them. You know, so even the minor also has the reflections as well, which is very nice. And that this is almost, you know, a little bit smaller, but almost the like full-size color picture. Very cute. There is, so let's see. The cards. So we have the cards themselves. Let's see if there's any. Yes. It's either in the front or the back. So you do have the pages for each card themselves, but then she also includes where, so you can do just the suits themselves, the element, symbols in them, how you want to like look at them like that. Then they have a very quick major, just a few key words of what each one represents. It also numerology, talks about numerology within the deck. Reversals, if you want to do that. Single cards. These are the card spreads that they have for you in here. Of course, you know, the 3-card spread. Transitions, mind, body, spirit. Then they have the 4 seasons spread. 5-card element spread. 6-card, 7-card shadows of the past. So he has quite a few spreads in here. 9-card blockbuster. 4-card moon cycle. 13 moon spread. And then he also gives you tips on creating, gives you tips on creating your own spread. And oh, look, he also has a tarot FAQ. In conclusion, so this guidebook is actually a pretty well written and thought out book itself. So I love this deck, and I am going to try and use it more. But those were my Summerween decks that take me to a time of the year when it's not, when it doesn't, well, when I step outside, it doesn't feel like I'm breathing in hot soup. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the decks I have chosen, and show me yours, show me what decks put you in the Halloween, Summerween spirit. I know some of these stores that are around right now are starting to put out Halloween stuff because it's Summerween. Show me your decks. Let me see what puts you in that spooky spirit. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Blessings and growth, and I will see you next time. Bye.